my background. Hey guys, it's Ted Bogert. Yes, we are back with the Ted Show. Very excited to have this gentleman on. I've been trying to get him on for a long time, but he's busy. He's got his own show. So, Ted is sort of on there, but he's being very gracious, and he agreed to come on the show. It's my friend Mike Collier. What's up, Mike?
Hey, what's up, Ted? I'm glad to be here, man. We finally made it happen.
We made it happen, and you look great. We were talking about your beard earlier. Lots of work, but you look good. You're pulling it off. I love your spirit, so I'm very excited to have you on here because I love your social media. I love how you approach people. I think I might have even told you that early on at our early days at the Citrus Club. I like how you are with people and interact, and I think that is something that a lot of people should do. You're very kind in your interactions and very gracious. And so I think we all want to know how to build community. How do you build community through real estate? So I'm excited about this entire topic.
Me too. I'm extremely excited. I don't know if you remember, but you and I bonded and began building our community over a nice glass of TX whiskey. Yeah,
I love that TX whiskey. I'm sure. Did I introduced you to that?
You're the one who introduced
at the club. At the club, yes.
That's right.
So I think I was like, everybody's got to try this, and you were there. There was one other person there. I'm like, everybody should try it. And yes, we did. But you do. A lot of people I meet with though don't implement those kinds of ideas, and you've really taken it and run with it and done an amazing job, which we'll get to.
Yeah.
But tell them a little bit about Mike Collier, because people who don't know are going to want to know something about you.
Yeah, absolutely. So, hey, everybody, I'm Mike Collier. My mama named me Michael Collier. All right. But she calls me Mike every once in a while. So you can call me Mike. I'm okay with that. I'm originally from Atlanta, Georgia, born and raised. I got down here to Orlando, Florida, and in 2004, started with the Disney College program, like so many of us did. That was only supposed to be a 6-month internship. And, I thought that I was going to be here for 6 months and go back home with Disney on my resume and go get some great job. And lo and behold, I started getting, promoted at Disney. And before you knew it, I was at the company for 12 years. So that 6 months, turned into a 12-year career. And I tell people all the time, my mom's still waiting for me to come back home.
She wants you back in Atlanta.
She wants me home.
You're perfect for Disney. That seems like the perfect place for your kind of, again, it goes back to that genuine. Disney looks for people like that. And so for them to find somebody and cultivate that must have been fun for 12 years.
It was amazing. And honestly, it was, I didn't grow up Disney like so many people do. So it was never really on my radar until I was in college, and somebody, one of the campus reps came up and said, hey man, you should come over to this meeting that we're having, and Disney's going to be on campus, and they're going to give this presentation, and you can come and, and come check it out. And I'm like, okay, maybe. So I saw him the next day. And I wasn't going to the presentation. I was going to go to my logistics class, and he stopped me and said, hey, the presentation is this way. And I'm like, I got this thing I got to do. And keep in mind, I'm a college student. So he goes, well, they're serving free pizza and sodas, man. You sure you don't want to? I was like,
nice.
It's this way. So I ended up going, and I'll spare you the details on some of the presentation, but it was funny because I thought that the lady who was giving the presentation was smoking, and I lean over to the guy next to me. I'm like, dude, she is hot. Wow, like this is sign me up, right? And he goes, yeah, she is. Well, fast forward, I get the interview with her, and I'm like, hi, I'm thinking I remember you from the presentation. She goes, you were sitting in the back of the class, weren't you? And I was like, well, yes, I was. And she goes, yeah, my husband said that he had a great conversation.
Oh, no. Oh, jeez. Ow.
Yeah.
I didn't know where that story was going, but it was not there.
That was it. So funny story. Yeah. So I ended up at Disney, man, 12 years. I held a few different roles at the company, one of which was a Walt Disney World ambassador. So in 2006, I was selected by the company, and the president of the company and the board. It was amazing. I was selected to be a Walt Disney World ambassador. So for those of you who aren't familiar, some of you are, I know, but we become a spokesperson, kind of the representative of the company on a local and global scale. And so I represented Walt Disney World globally. So that was quite an experience.
So why leaving after 12 years? Did you decide You wanted to do something different, because that's a big 12 years is a long time, especially in this day and age, to be at one company. What was the impetus behind you leaving?
Good question. So I finished my career working, selling Disney Vacation Club, right? So I had my real estate license then. So selling Disney Vacation Club, but I was selling Disney Vacation Club on board the Disney cruise ship. So I was sailing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was sailing while sailing. You get that? And and I enjoyed it. Was making great money. I've been as far west as Alaska and as far east as St. Petersburg, Russia, and pretty much everywhere in between, right? And so I was traveling a lot. I was married, and I had my daughter in 2014. So by the time 2016 rolled around, my daughter was giving me these puppy dog eyes, like, "Daddy, you leaving again?" You know, and she'd hold on to my leg a little bit tighter, and I had to make a decision. I had to make a decision as to whether or not it was going to be the money or the family, and I decided on family. You know,
it should be an easier decision, but it's not, because if you're used to a lifestyle and you're accustomed to it, and you love what you do, but yet you're not home, you still have to figure that out, because then you have to find something new to do that's going to keep you accustomed. So what did you do? You decided to be a full-time realtor. Yeah.
I did. So in 2015, I took this course. I'd always been interested in real estate because, you know, in my earlier years, I had read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, right?
Yeah.
And so very inspired by it, knew I was going to go into real estate in some capacity. And by 2015, I began flipping homes. I flipped my very first home in 2015 over in Claremont, made a nice 28 grand profit. And I was like, I think I can do this. So I continued to do it, and I started getting into mobile home investing as well. And as that began picking up, I knew that by 2016 it was going to be time. And so I said sayonara to Mickey Mouse in 2016 and went into real estate full time. And so I started doing. I wasn't selling traditional real estate. I was doing real estate investing for my own, on my own. And I started doing hard money lending. So I was lending money to investors. I started doing wholesaling. So I was wholesaling properties.
Wow.
And I learned a lot of
every facet of it.
I learned a lot of the stuff that goes around real estate in the real estate industry, not just traditional sales. So now I can walk into a home, I can walk into my seller's home and help them understand what it might cost to knock out a load bearing wall and put a header across the top, and how long the headers are and how much, that whole thing. And I got all my guys that helped me to do it.
That is so, I did not know that. That is so valuable, especially in our industry, because a lot of times, a lot of the realtors have a lot of the designations, but I think a lot of those designations are classroom. So if you have real experience, you're really out there, you're really doing it. That makes a huge difference when you're working with your clients.
Correct. And they appreciate it, right? They can appreciate it. And that stuff never gets old. That's a true transferable skill.
It is.
So
why building communities? Let's talk about this, and you're welcome to tell them any of the story you want about our first discussion on this. But I also believe that you can build communities through real estate. I think it's a brilliant topic. And I think a lot of people don't realize the power and the impact of it, but you obviously do. So tell us a little bit about your thought process.
Well, so for me, real estate is about more than just selling homes. I never want to just sell homes. I really do want to inspire, motivate, and encourage other agents who I know so many agents fall out of the business within the first 2 years, actually within the first year. And those who make it out of their first year usually don't make it past their second year, right? And so I find that there are so many agents who are falling out of the business mainly because they don't have the support. And so one of the things I enjoy doing, like you and I have created this relationship, right? I enjoy building community with like-minded people who are success-oriented, who are positive, who are forced to be reckoned with, right? And I feel like moves can be made and communities can be changed as a result. And so when you get a strong, cohesive group of like-minded, let's just say real estate agents, that builds that real estate agent community. But I also have the Disney background. I'm a Disney fan, right? And so Disney fans, we get each other. I have my Disney community as well. So I'm building that Disney community. My typical customer is, a home buyer or a homeowner who is within 20 minutes of the magic, right? Wanting to buy a home within 20 minutes of Walt Disney World, or sell a home that's within 20 minutes of Walt Disney World. Huge Disney fan. Usually they have a family, they're wanting to be in that $400,000 to $600,000 range. I live in Windermere, so that's natural, for that, right? And so I'm building that community of agents, of customers. And I just like to play on it, right? Because when you think of community, you just think of houses. But when you truly think of what a community is, people who have who are like-minded and have shared values, that's really the community that I'm building, and I'm building it through real estate.
I love the way that looks, because the community is where I think we all faced it during 2020. So the community is where all of that goes on, and yet we couldn't be with each other. So how did you make the shift? How did you pivot?
Yeah. So just at the start of shutting down, with COVID shutting down everything, I started Lean In with Mike Collier. And so it's a podcast, much like the TED Show, right? But
you're much more attractive, Mike.
Well, I was going to say the TED Show predates the Lean In with Mike Collier. So you set standards, but everybody else is just trying to live up to the standards. But I went on with no, true, intentions of just trying to sell homes through it or anything like that. As a matter of fact, when you look at the show, my first, 20 episodes or whatever had nothing to do with real estate at all.
Yeah.
Right. It literally was building community. So building a stronger community of small business owners who were hurting during the shutdown and more highly impacted than most other businesses. Right. And so bringing on small business owners who were looking to, increase their platform, right? Just let people know, hey, I'm here, I'm still in business, and I would love to have your help. And so talking with local small business owners is really how that started. And we had a lot of fun doing it. And some people were like, hey, I got somebody for you to do in your, have on your next show. And that really began to build. So that's how it started. Go ahead, Ted.
No, I was going to ask you the lean in part, though. I think a lot of people hear that buzzword. Tell us why you chose that title.
I like to create conversations where you wish that you just want to be a fly on the wall, right? I many times when I do my pre-show with my guest, it might be 30 to 40 minutes long. I research my guest, and we have a full-on conversation, right? And they tell me the whole thing. They tell me it's, I kind of feel like Oprah sometimes, right? They tell me all the stuff, right? And that's how I come up with what we're going to discuss on the live show, right? Because, I prepare them. Hey, I like what we just talked about, and I love how you just brought that up. Let's talk about that. I'll ask you this, and then I want you to kind of bring that in.
That is so good. You are prepping is really. I'm terrible at it, so that's why I'm commending you on it. I'm terrible about prep. What did we have 2 minutes before? But I love that because it gets the guest, your juices go, they're flowing, and so then you kind of have an idea of where you want the conversation to go. Because especially when you're talking about those businesses and during the beginning, the terrible times of COVID, those people were dying for any platform to give them an opportunity to speak and let them know they were still here.
That's right.
So how awesome for you to be able to give them enough of that so that they could be impactful on your show.
Yeah. And it's all local small businesses, right? So we always talk about support small business, when we talk about shop local, but typically we do that during Small Business Month, right? And I think too many times real estate agents do it because it's the buzz month, right? It's the buzzword for the month. And they try to hop on some kind of quick, marketing scheme or something. And I just think that it's supposed to be a community. You're always supposed to try to give a platform for people who need to have their voices heard. And so small businesses, who better, right? They are the bedrock of our city.
And they hurt. I mean, we all know, I know at the beginning of the pandemic, geez, I was having every restaurant on I could find because there were so many of them were still open, but nobody knew. And they didn't know how to get the food, and they weren't on Uber Eats, but they were starting delivery. And so many people were just scrambling to figure out how to overcome it, because it felt like, to me, the shutdown, and I know it wasn't, but it felt like boom. Oh. And it was just like a boom, and then it was done. It was done. And what did you do? And so you had to figure out how to pivot. So I love that you encourage them to do that.
And so I, that's kind of how it started. And, I always tell people that the magic is in the replays, right? So sometimes people go, well, how many people were watching? How many people were watching on a show at any given point in time? And I'm like, you know what? I don't know. And it doesn't really matter, quite honestly, because what we want is the replay. People will watch it over and over, weeks from now, days from now, months from now, and go, I wonder if that place, let me check this. Oh, they're still open, right?
Yep.
And they'll go patronize their business. So that's the beauty of creating content. This stuff is evergreen many times. It keeps on going. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
I just repurpose it, which you will too, because you'll be a year in. I just repurpose, like when I have an interview that's a year old, 2 years old, 3 years old, I like to re-promote it. Why wouldn't I? I want them to get business.
Yeah.
And so people remember them. So you're absolutely right. It can continue to be utilized as really positive content. You just have to repurpose it, reutilize it. But that's so smart. And a lot of businesses, what I love about what you do with Lean In is that a lot of businesses really don't know how to get on social media. They don't know how to have a conversation like this. They're afraid of the camera, and I get it. But you make it easy for them, and you make the conversation so that they understand there's a purpose here. You're trying to highlight them and spotlight them. And that's such a positive force in the building part of the community. I mean, huge kudos to you.
So that became, thank you. And that came, so that started. And then, Christmas came, right? And so, as not too long before Christmas came, we heard the announcement that 28,000 Disney cast members had been laid off.
Oh, I know.
Right. And we know a lot of those same people, right? And so we know a lot of people who were affected by those layoffs and furloughs. And so out of necessity, many of those cast members had to create a side hustle. And for many of those cast members who created that side hustle has actually become a business now, because it wasn't just your onesies and twosies, although it may have started out that way. Now it's like they're enlisting help to come help them either make their cookies or their, it all started with a flag, Mark Newman, right? He's been highlighted on a few different news episodes, and every single time the news runs one of his highlights his business, he gets like another 1,000 orders. So he can't even keep up now. So he has it's for many of these side hustles, they're now small business owners. And I just think it's such a beautiful thing how out of this chaos, people found, many of these cast members were able to find this thing that was in them, this entrepreneurship, this leadership that was in them that kind of was lying dormant. It's not that it wasn't there, it was lying dormant. And it's now surfaced to the top. And so I did a series called The 12 Days of Christmas. It was a cast member virtual event. And it was an online marketplace for these cast members. So 2 cast members each day would come on, and the production that goes into doing a show. I do. Right? Well, imagine I did 12 consecutive days.
Wow.
Of hour-long show, having 2 different cast members on. I also brought in some of my social media friends like Cindy Simmons and Amira Martin, who's going to be on Lean In with Mike Collier this week, actually this Wednesday. Tune in Wednesday. Tune in. That's right. Wednesdays at 1 p.m. All right, 12 p.m. Sorry. So Amira Martin, a few of these other social media influencers. What's cool about it is I was able to help get their reach to help add to this platform, get more eyeballs on these cast members. And, as a result, just before Christmas, they were able to make a little bit extra Christmas money and make some Christmas cheer. And because I also was able to get some sponsors that were a part of it to help contribute. We were able to give each of the cast members who were featured on the show a $100 Visa gift card right before Christmas.
Like, see, that's the kind of stuff. So I get asked this all the time, so I'm going to ask you, but I think I know the answer.
Yeah.
Why? Why do you do all this? What does this do for you? Is this building your business? Is this all ethereal? And I get asked all the time, why do you do the show? Why do you spotlight other people and help other people grow? Why do you care?
Yeah, I know. I get that question too, man. I get
it all the time. I'm like, why don't you? Is my answer, but I'd love to hear yours. Like, it's so crazy to me.
That's it. Like, honestly, I truly feel like if you have any kind of platform, I don't care if 10 people are in your living room every week. if there's a way that you can spotlight a friend or a local business or somebody else who's trying to do more for their family, they're trying to do the right thing, why not bring them in front of your 10 friends and say, hey, he's really good. You guys should know who this is. You know, it doesn't hurt my business. I'm okay with talking to other real estate professionals. As a matter of fact, I've begun on the second Wednesday of each month now. I did kind of niche out a little bit of a real estate corner on Lean In with Mike Collier, just because I realized there's so many people who don't really know the process. And so I've had my preferred home inspectors on there. You know, this month in February, we have Celebration Title Group is going to be on there, right? We love Amanda Douglas. She's going to be on Amanda, right? So it truly is trying to create a platform, but also it's not just so. This is the other thing, and I let people know this. It's also not for it's not a platform just to allow that person to get on there and sell stuff.
Correct.
That's not what we're doing.
No,
we're building community, and I see you as a community member, and so we're going to do community together on this live platform and allow people to be endeared to who you are and what you represent. And as a result, you will get business from it. You don't have to sell anything.
They have a hard time believing that, though, right? It's so funny. The people I had very early on, I had one guest, and I love her, and I make fun of her all the time, Sue Hannah. She came on, and she brought she was like a graphics person, so she had all of the products that she had, and she sat them up on the table in front of the camera. And I'm like, you don't need those. We're never going to talk about this. And she's like, no, I feel better. I want to have it here. Afterwards, she's like, why did I do that? I go, I know. I told you this isn't this isn't QVC. Yeah. We're trying to get people to like you so that then they want to do business with you, which is exactly what you said.
That's right. People do business with people they know, like, and trust. And at least if they feel like they know, like, and trust you.
It's true.
Through this
it's so powerful what you do. I really believe, like, so how do people, we're getting to the end of time, not the end of time, but our time. How do people find Lean In? How do people find you? What's the best way to reach out to you? I mean, you also have to say, I'll say it. He's a real estate professional guy. So, you know, you want to list, you want to buy themikecollier.com.
That's right.
Tell them the best way to reach you. Yeah.
So go to themikecollier.com. And you will be able to find a little bit more about me. You'll find my direct number, which 407-494-4013. That's how you can reach me directly. But when you go there, that's really my digital business card. I send everybody there. You can access my social media accounts from there. So my Facebook page is there. My Instagram page is there as well. I don't really dabble in all of the other social media platforms. I'm kind of playing with this whole Clubhouse thing, but I don't have an iPhone. I'm a Droid guy. So
Clubhouse.
Bear with me. I know.
I haven't figured that one out yet.
Yeah, I know. I think it's going to be a force to be reckoned with, though. So I think it might be one of those things. But if you go there, you can schedule some time directly on my calendar. So if you're looking for some real estate advice, if you would like for me to even just walk through your home and say, hey, I'm thinking about putting this addition on, what do you think that might cost, right? Do you have guys, right? I tell my customers all the time, allow me to be your Google, right? When you think of something that you need to do at your house, give me a call. And so, yeah, you can share this digital business card with anybody, themikecollier.com. Go follow our show. Follow me on Instagram, but also follow my show on my business page, which is Michael Collier. And we'll see you there. I look forward to seeing you guys Lean In.
Thank you for what you do, my friend. You are a force to be reckoned with, but a genuine one. I think I've told you that from the beginning. It's great to do business with people who are genuine. And you obviously have a love and a passion for helping the community out. And so I love that too. I think that what you do is awesome. All right, you guys go to the MikeCollier.com website. You can reach out to him on Facebook. I've tagged him everywhere. Thank you, my friend, for being on the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad we got the chance to do it.
You're amazing. I really mean that. All right, Mike Collier, guys. Go out. Check him out. Check out Lean In. This Wednesday at noon, Lean In with Mike Collier. All right, guys, we'll see you soon. Bye, everybody. Have a good night.